Hi everyone, it's Talia and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So for today's video I'm super excited for, and I don't really know why. If you guys can't already tell from the title, then we are going to be doing a boy talk / advice kind of chilled out situation. You guys know by now that these kinds of videos are my absolute favourites to film. I just love being on like the same level as you guys and just sitting down on my bedroom floor having a good old chin wag and hopefully giving some good advice. I really hope. Before we get into this video, I just want to address this mess I have behind me. I know it's not very professional. As you guys know, I've said it a million times in pretty much every single video. We are moving house in about 2.5 weeks. So the packing has commenced and I have nowhere else to put all this stuff. So it's just going to have to chill there. As always, I asked you guys for questions over my Instagram. So if you're not following that and want to get involved in videos like this, then be sure to go follow me. I always make sure that these videos are anonymous so you don't ever have to worry about that. Not gonna lie, I have had a sneak peek at a few of these questions and we have some good ones that I hope, fingers crossed, I can give some good advice to. So without further ado, let's get into it. Should the guy or girl say I love you first in your opinion? So I personally don't think that there should be a right or a wrong. Personally for me, I don't think that I'd ever say it first though, and I think that's just more of a fear of rejection. Like I'd absolutely hate to say it and then they not say it back. Like I know people are obviously ready at different times, and if you're ready then go ahead and say it. I know so many girls who have said it first, but personally for me I think I'd be too scared. I'm not gonna lie though, when me and Aiden started dating I so nearly said it so many times, but I was like no, just wait. But I think that he was like on the same bandwagon as me. But I guess it just depends on the situation. If you're confident enough to do it, 100% say it. Like, there's nothing better than being, you know, open and honest with your emotions. So yeah, go for it if you want to say it. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. I really don't think that has anything to do with it. Stretch marks. How to get rid or how to feel confident in them. So I'm not gonna lie, there's absolutely no way that you can get rid of stretch marks. Obviously they do fade over time. Like when you first start going through puberty and you start getting stretch marks, they are like a pinkier colour, but throughout time they just like fade to like white, I guess. I don't really know what colour they are. I actually have bio oil right here. This is good for stretch marks. I know a lot of pregnant women use it, and this is good for scars. I used it on my scar on my knee here. This is actually a good representation of what colour stretch marks are. You can't really tell, to be completely honest, and I'm currently using it on a scar on my leg from a burn that I did with hair colours. But honestly, I think it's just accepting that they're normal. And what really actually helped me was seeing like models with stretch marks, because obviously a lot of the time they get filtered out and it makes you feel like they're not normal. But even like the skinniest of people will have stretch marks. They're just totally natural, and boys have them, girls have them, literally everybody has them. So don't stress about it, it's completely normal. And I feel like with age it definitely gets better. Like now I don't really care less about my stretch marks. I think I even have some here. Like this is such a strange place to have stretch marks, but I have them and that's okay. How did you find your boyfriend? I always get asked this. We met on a dating app called Hinge. If you're like a dating app kind of person, I know that they're obviously suited more towards some people than other people. I recommend Hinge. I used to be on Tinder like a few years ago, but it's not really for me. Hinge was more of a place where like pretty much everyone on Hinge is looking for a relationship, and that's kind of the vibe I'm after. So recommend Hinge. It's not a sponsor, I promise, I just really like it. Do you think you can have more than one proper love in your life, or is there only the one? So if you asked me this like this time last year, I would have not had an answer for you. But then my boyfriend actually explained something to me, and to be completely honest, it actually fits to me. And he explained to me that you have 3 loves in your life. So the first one is obviously like your childhood love. The next one is the one that teaches you about love. And then the third one is the one, you know, that's forever. And I generally feel like that actually relates to me pretty well. Again, that's just pretty much like a blanket statement. It won't apply to everyone. But no, I don't think that you just have one proper love. However, from my experience, some relationships are there to teach you about love, to prepare you for the next chapter in your life. I don't think that's a bad thing, and yeah, you just learn from everything. I can relate to this one. Overthinking in a relationship even though the boy does everything perfect. So I can relate to this, I'm not gonna lie. And the case of this, what I personally found, obviously I just want to make a quick disclaimer, and I will kind of already into the video, but everything I say is just my opinion, it's not necessarily correct. But for me, it was a case of self-sabotaging and being insecure. So I realised for me that it was kind of a case of it's too good to be true. Like, you just can't quite believe that no one's perfect, don't get me wrong, but something is going so well and you can gel with someone so well that you just think like something's got to be wrong. Do you get what I mean? Like, you do self-sabotage yourself, and I'll put my hands up and say I am guilty of doing this. I don't think I do it anymore, but you know, I definitely have done in the past. And with insecurities, if you've been hurt in the past in a relationship, then obviously you're gonna have that on your back going into a new one. But it's just important to remember that if that is the case, no one is the same. Like, for me, an example, boys, no two boys are the same. Just because one boy hurt you doesn't mean that the next is going to do that to you as well. And I feel like sometimes you just have to let it go, and like, there's no easy way to say it. It does definitely take time, but sometimes you just need to be like, right, nothing's happening and everything's okay, and if something does happen in the future, then I will deal with that then. But right now I'm happy, and I'm gonna like take this opportunity to be fully happy and not hold yourself back, because I feel like sometimes we're the only people that will stop ourselves from being happy, even if there's nothing to not be happy about, if that makes sense. So my advice to this lovely girl is talk to your boyfriend. Like, don't come across as accusing. I learned that the hard way. But just talk to him, tell him how you feel, and just say that you just need some reassurance sometimes. I feel like everyone needs reassurance, even if there's like, you don't need to reassure them. Just be open and let yourself be happy. It's honestly one of the hardest things to do, especially, as I said, if you've been hurt in the past, but it will be the best decision that you make. My boyfriend isn't making as much effort as he did at the start of our relationship, 2 years. So I'm guessing they're in a 2-year relationship, and if I'm being completely honest, this is one of my biggest fears. It's basically just getting like too comfortable. Obviously, don't get me wrong, you want to be comfortable with whoever you're with, but I do feel like after time, people, when they've been in a relationship, do, you know, stop making an effort, and there's not that much of like a spark. So I feel like in this situation, you just need to sit down with your boyfriend and be like, look, this is how I feel, put it all out on the table. One of my biggest things is to always communicate, and I pride myself on this. If something is bothering me, even if it's the tiniest little thing, I will say it, because otherwise those tiny little things will just keep building, 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 and then one day you're going to explode, and it's not fun. So definitely sit your boyfriend down, have a chat with him, explain like why you feel how you feel. There's no point in just saying that I don't feel like you put any effort in anymore. Like, you actually need to have reasons as to thinking this, so then he can actually like envision it. Obviously, at the end of the day, if you're really not happy, then that's not a situation that you should be in. But I do definitely think that you should talk to him. He might not even know. As I said though, I think that you just need to have a sit down with him and explain to him how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, and don't let it get blown out of proportion into something a whole lot bigger than what it really is. This can just be sorted with a little conversation and a little bit of understanding and listening, and it'll be good. My boyfriend told me he loves me. I want to end things, but I don't know what to do. Just end it. Like, genuinely, you will do more harm sticking around in a relationship that you don't want to be in just for the sake of it. And I can say this from experience, if you're not into a relationship, then just leave, because it's going to be hard at the time for the other party involved. However, it will be harder a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line when you still feel the same. And at the end of the day, I don't want to say you're wasting your time, but you kind of are. And of course, you don't want to waste your boyfriend's time if you don't want to be with him. So I know it's hard, but please just end it with him. Like, don't get me wrong, he'll be heartbroken. The boy loves you. But unfortunately in life, we just got to do some harder things, and it's okay to be selfish in these situations, because in a year, things could be so much more different. So yeah, please, if you don't want to be in that relationship, just end it. If you do, stay obviously, but by the sounds of things, you don't really want to, so please do what's best. My boyfriend cheated on me a lot of times and I don't know what to do. Honestly, leave. I give chances a lot, and I think you shouldn't regret anything in life. If I could take back one thing, is not give it a chance after being cheated on. But you know what? I gave that chance and it didn't work out in the end. So I feel like if this has happened multiple times as well, because clearly, you know, a lot of people, if they cheat, which people do, I think it's disgusting and I just can't deal with it. But a lot of people say, oh, I was drunk, it was a mistake, da 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 da. Okay, so you done it the one time. we'll leave it, we'll move on. If you do it multiple times, that is not a mistake. You're making a conscious decision to hurt me on purpose. So, girl to girl, leave him. I know it's hard, but you have to think, do you deserve to be treated like this? No one on this planet deserves to be cheated on. So you just have to think that you deserve to be treated so much better than what you are right now. As you can tell, I feel very passionate about cheating. Okay, let's find one more. I want to do like a little bit of a light-hearted one because that cheating question really got to me, and I really hope you leave him. How to be more confident when talking to boys. This is definitely something that I struggled with because I just wasn't really the most confident around boys. I do think it has, like, I don't know if this is silly, but I went to an all-girls secondary school, so I kind of like never spoke to boys. I was never friends with boys, and I definitely found it hard, like, having confidence to speak to boys in like a social situation because I was always surrounded by girls and just was really used to girls. I don't know why, that's just how my brain worked. You just have to fake it till you make it, really. I think if you're just yourself, then that is so much better. If you talk to a guy, okay, this is, I don't want to get thrown the wrong way, but try to talk to a guy like your friend, like one of like your mates. Don't stress too much about what you're going to say. I mean, I know that we all do. I know we all see that message come through and then don't reply for at least 15 minutes on purpose. But just try to be yourself, you know, be funny, be cute, be, you know, a little bit cheeky, just be yourself. And that's all you can really ask for. There's no point in acting a certain way that you're not. That was real bad advice, but there you go. Anyway, so that is the end of this video, and I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to leave it a massive thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought, and if you guys want to see any more of these, let me know. Maybe I'll do like a girl talk one and kind of alternate them like month to month or something. I don't know. Just throwing the ideas out there. And obviously if you guys aren't already, then make sure you subscribe to my channel because we are slowly creeping up to 100k, which is kind of crazy. And make sure you go follow me on my Instagram, and I shall see you all very soon with a new one. Bye.